got mail.
Email 3. The moment the computer screen lit up Mandy Pierce's face, a shadow crossed her gaze. At 29, newly divorced, the loneliness of the cold nights felt sharper than ever. On a whim for company, Mandy ventured onto Tinder, and a few days later she received a strange email. It wasn't a typical message, it was personal, direct, and very intimate. "Miss Pierce," the paragraph began, "I know about your recent divorce. I think we'd make a great couple." But there was also a file attached. The message was signed only as a secret admirer. A chill ran down Mandy's spine. How could anyone, other than her family and a close friend, know such details of her life? Upon opening the attachment, Mandy found a photo of a man's genitalia, which she assumed was her ex-husband's. But looking at the picture again, she realized it didn't look like him. Moreover, he had sworn to her that he wasn't the author of that cruelty. Mandy received more and more emails every day, each more obscene and aggressive than the last. She then decided to ignore the emails. After ignoring over 10 emails, thinking the storm would pass, a new kind of terror arrived in her inbox. Attached to an email with the subject, "Saw you today without you knowing," was an image, not of just any place, but of her house at night, with more perverse images attached. Trembling, Mandy blocked the sender, hoping to close this disturbing chapter. However, unease remained, fueled by uncertainty and fear. Who was behind these emails? Was it really her ex or someone new, watching her from the shadows? Mandy knew that, although she had blocked the sender, the true identity of her stalker was still out there, lurking in the shadows of her shattered life. It's still unknown whether it was her ex sending the emails or not. Email 2. Digital intrusions. An old Reddit user named Alex once posted a story about receiving an SMS from an unknown number on his phone, which read, "Check your email ASAP." Driven by a mix of curiosity and fear, Alex opened his laptop. The email he found screamed urgency in its all-caps title, "Download this now." The message, brief yet direct, addressed him by his full name, including his address and phone number. Attached were 5 files, 4 photos and 1 X file also titled, "Download this now." The images were deeply personal. The first of a very young woman he recognized as his mother, the second of his house, the third a photo of him as a baby, and the fourth a disturbing portrait of a half-disturbed naked man in a house's basement. Alex chose not to open the exe file, opting instead to report the email to the police. The contents of the exe file remained a mystery, as did the original Reddit post about the incident, which was mysteriously removed within a month. Meanwhile, in the quiet town of New Haven, Father Laurent faced his own nightmare. An untitled email arrived at his church's dedicated inbox. Upon opening it, his computer immediately crashed, displaying the dreaded blue screen full of glitches. After endless attempts to reboot the system, Laurent found that all his files had disappeared. His desktop wallpaper now disturbingly displayed a realistic image of Satan. Google Chrome and other essential programs refused to function, and occasionally the distorted sound of laughter would fill the room. It sounded like a clown's laughter, but with a macabre, disturbing tone. Both cases, separated by hundreds of miles and linked only by the thin thread of the internet, suggested something more sinister than mere coincidences. Someone was orchestrating a threat to these two men. Who was behind these digital intrusions? And what was the real purpose behind these enigmatic files and disturbing images? The mystery remains unsolved to this day. Email 1. The secret of the anonymous emails. The girl in this story asked not to use her real name since she's well known in her school and hometown. Let's call her Cindy. Cindy, whose beauty was often admired, also attracted unwanted attention, a heavy burden on her young shoulders. Recently, something disturbing caught her attention. The school coordinator had expressed concern about her grades, but something about the email deeply bothered her. The coordinator had instructed her not to respond to the message. Why? 2 weeks passed until a second email arrived, stranger than the first. The principal supposedly asked her to meet him alone at the back of the school at 7 in the morning before classes started. Cindy arrived early at the designated spot, and a man's silhouette emerged from behind a dumpster. Her heart froze. It wasn't the principal, but an unknown figure who quickly retreated into the shadows upon noticing her presence. With her heart pounding uncontrollably, Cindy ran home. Alarmed, Cindy's parents immediately contacted the school. The principal was as puzzled as they were. He had never sent such emails. The emails were, tracked back to a site for sending anonymous emails from a computer used by teachers and students at a cafe near the school. Who was behind this torment? And what were their true intentions in luring Cindy to that secretive meeting? Now more cautious than ever, Cindy felt watched, not just in the school corridors, but at every corner she turned.